went to China, Henan. They are Shaolin Kung Fu young masters. They start their journey as age of 5. Then I was there about 8 days to do this coverage. These are the 3 tips. Keep on your notes before you start your shoot. Materials to bring. What are the props? Then reconfirm your subject and remind talent. The 5 W. What, where, when, who, and why. What to look for at the scene. Where to go. Like, example, the location. You must know where is the location, when to do the shoot. You need to choose a nice day. Why the subject is being chosen. You must ask yourself, what is the reason behind why you choose that particular subject? Who will be the best subject selection? Creating ideas. You must do your own research. The background is very important to bring out the elements of the whole picture, the location, and your brainstorming. Meaning that you need to sit down with your teachers, tell them what you want to do. Maybe they can help you here and there, minimize whatever that you do need and you do not need to. This is one of the main things that you need to have. You must bring your camera, your flash. Card is very important. You don't have card, you cannot save all your pictures in the card. Your battery is also very important. Sometimes your battery gone 50%, I still go. Better for you to charge all your batteries and get maybe your spare batteries together with you. Mobile phone, if you need to contact anyone, as well as your iPad or tablet, that you can see onto the spot and enlarge the picture, whether it's sharp or not, the quality is there or not. Okay, scene and location. Subject to look for. Say my first earlier pictures, my subject is the martial art people. Then that is the things that I will look onto it. Next one is to get a clean background without any disturbance, set up lighting. Either you get a flash, especially here so dim, you need a flashlight. Like you are on outdoor, is fine, you still can get your natural light source. Color selection between subject and background. What you see on my first picture, the color of the stone is gray and dull. What to bring out the subject is the color that they wear must be brilliant to bring out the thing. Additional props for your fill up. Technical aspect in photography. What is focal length? We have few range. Ultra wide angle is like the coverage of 12 to 24 mm. That meaning that I stand here, I can see everybody. Later I can show you the chart, how the differences of the angles. Then you have wide angle, 24 to 35. Then you have the standard, 35 mm to 70 mm. Then you have mid telephoto, 70 to 105 mm. And you have the 300, the last. This is the difference of focal length. One angle, but different types of lenses. You can see ultra wide is 7.5 mm. After it goes to 15 mm, then it goes to 17 mm. It goes to 20 mm, how the lens crop. Then 24 mm, 28 mm, 35. 50 is our eyes, Usually what we see here is our 50 mm lens, our eyes. So you go to 85, this is more on the portraiture lens. 100, 135 is also portraiture lens. 200 is zoom lens. Then you go to 300 mm. Usually 300 mm you will use it for football matches. Then you go to 400, 500, 600, and the maximum is the 800 mm. Okay, understanding aperture. You see from f32 to f1.4. When in dark, your iris tends to open up. It's the same thing. When it's bright, then your iris will tend to shut down. It's the same like camera. It's the same function that how you control it. Like this picture, turn it to f1.4. I get it foreground sharp, then the background will be blurred off. Then your concentration will be the object on the front. This picture that I do it at f11 where you can see everything sharp. If you open up to f1.4, you'll see these two ladies sharp, but the background will be all blurred. That's the differences of what is aperture. Understanding shutter speed. Shutter speed, when you go fast, it will freeze focus. Like you shoot sports pictures, definitely you need fast shutter speed. This is the difference of the two things. On that side will be a fast shutter speed. You can see the water be freeze focus. This is another example of the pictures of a fast shutter speed. At 250, the water has been freeze. For camera, you can just freeze the water like that. ISO is actually interrelated with your exposure and your shutter speed. Like especially night, your lens is only f4. You need to open up your ISO to be higher. Like maybe you go down to 3002. 6004. Then the light source will easily come in. You can see the differences of ISO 200, 400, 800, and 1006. You see, if you shoot the 1006 ISO at a bright daylight, it will totally burn off. Then all the details are gone. When you shoot at ISO, the best will be the ISO 400. And the 800 is already washed out. You can see from there. The 200 definitely will be underexposed. The rules of thirds is a powerful composition technique for making photos more interesting and dynamic. We divided into 2 lines vertical, 2 lines horizontal. It's actually built in your camera for DSLR. Our eyes tend to see off-center pictures nicer than to centralize the picture because it's part of art, you see. This is another picture that I shot in Terengganu. Then what I shot was like, this is called the lights and shadow. You see, it's also the 3-layer pictures. The foreground, the center, and the background. And you play with the light source, you'll be even more outstanding. Pictures of flowers. Also again, rules of thirds plays the whole role. Foreground, background. Editing and post-processing. Okay. Photoshop touch-up in your image is not allowed. Don't add any dates in your picture. Cropping and slight adjustment on exposure in your image are allowed. You are allowed to crop the picture using the rules of thirds, make it balanced. Then after that, you can do your exposure, like sometimes you shot your exposure not right, then you can either retune it under or over it. It's fine. Panel judges will check on the winning picture metadata. This is very important. Because when you send in, we will have a software to check what exposure to use. Like aperture, shutter speed, then even the file name that you shot with what camera is all listed there. Or you copy from others, we will know. That's why there's a reason why we need your CD.
For those of you who are familiar with our contest, every year you work in teams of 4 or 5, right? But this time it's a photojournalism contest. So you take the photo on your own and you write about your photo on your own and you submit your own entry. If we say we're taking 15 winners to Genting for 3 days, 2 nights, that means there's a possibility that there will be 15 students from different schools. So this competition, as per our other contests, is open to any number of students from your school. So if you have 500 students and everybody wants to take part, yes, you can take part. If you only have one class that wants to take part, you have 30 students, yes, 30 students. So usually at every contest, we encourage the teachers to pick the best 3 or the best 5 from their school first. So as teachers, you are the first level of judges.